Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a update here on Coke. I've talked about them once or twice on the channel. It's kind of funny. I had them on my radar. Was thinking about doing a video and come across this article, and so it's just kind of interesting. But as you can see, what they've done over the past 5 years, not a real great 38%. I mean, it's good, but there's stocks out there that could be better. In the past year, it's down 3.5%. Here in the past 3 months, it's in the red again. I mean, it would have been up, but we had this nice $5 drop here in the past month. I mean, again, it was up in the 63s and then down again. Here in the past week, kind of interesting. So it went up and then it's going back down. So you can almost trade this one. So then if it goes below what you bought it at, just hold it, I guess. But here's a look at what it's done today. So I have a little bit of Coke, not much. That's Coca-Cola, K-O, not the powder, the drink. But if you don't know much about Coke, feel free to pause that. I'm not going to read it to you. This has been around forever, 1886. This is a big Warren Buffett holding. Last I heard, I think he was buying Coke at the age of 11. So you can just imagine what he paid for it. I don't know if he still buys Coke or not, or when he quit. But he has so much, he's never sold a share. And just the dividends off of the Coke alone last I heard, was $100 million a year, which is kind of mind-blowing. But market cap of $260 billion, high today of $60.40, low of $59.82, 52-week high of $65.47, and low of $54.02. So you don't lose a whole lot of money with this, but you don't also make a lot either. I mean, it's probably better in a bank account, but you're getting about a 2.95 dividend yield. Not too bad a rating, 69% buy, and there's a look at their next earnings on July 26th. So you can see back here in 2021, about a year and a half ago, tried buying some for $55.90, $54.11. So it's only made a couple bucks since then. But I come across this article, made me decide to do the Coke video. So like I said, I've covered them, just not a whole lot, just because I don't have much and they don't do much. There's not much talk about Coke. When you think of Coca-Cola, you may think of a glass filled with an ice-cold, bubbly beverage, which sounds very good right now. Another image quick to pop into your head, and one of those passive income filling up your portfolio. That's because Coca-Cola is not only a classic beverage, but it's also a classic dividend stock. In fact, Coca-Cola has increased their payments for more than 60 years. So it keeps going up, so not a bad investment. Coca-Cola has gained dividend fame thanks to billionaire investor Warren Buffett at the helm of Berkshire Hathaway. He started investing in the beverage in the late 1980s and has held on since. Still, Coca-Cola isn't alone in the world of dividend stocks, and some offer bigger payments per share on higher dividend yields. So is Coca-Cola still a great dividend stock? Let's find out. So I'm sure everybody's out there wondering. I've often wondered if I should just dump my shares and put it in something else, but I like to diversify, so I don't have a whole lot of Coke. But first, important to keep in mind, the dividends should be a part of the big picture. You shouldn't buy Coca-Cola for dividends only. It is essential to understand the business and be optimistic about Coca-Cola's future. I mean, they do have a lot of products. They're never going to go bankrupt. No matter what the economy does, people are still going to buy it. A bit about the business now. isn't a high-growth young company, as you probably already know. It's a long-established player that sells its products in more than 200 countries. Coca-Cola also sells a lot more than the flagship beverage. The portfolio includes hydration products, coffee and tea, water, juice, nutrition, beverages, and more. You can easily recognize brands including Minute Maid, Dasani, and Sprite. So, I mean, they're huge. They make all kinds of products, all kinds of drinks. Coca-Cola has increased their revenue and profit over time into the billions of dollars in recent years. Growth hasn't been tremendous, but the company's brand strength has helped it weather the storm of higher inflation and general economic troubles. The most recent quarter, net revenue rose 5%, and the global unit case volume advanced 3%. Earnings per share even increased in the double digits. These gains came even as Coca-Cola raised prices. This is the thanks company brands a strength and ability to adapt to a certain market swing. Moving forward, Coke's prospects are bright. Even if it is the majority growth story, Coca-Cola should still continue gains over time, and it could be more strong in emerging markets. So along the subject of dividends, Coca-Cola paid Berkshire more than $700 million in dividends last year. Wow. The last I heard it was $100 million. Now it's $700. That's up from $75 million in 1994, and Buffett said increases always have come just as certain as birthdays. Wow, that is just a huge investment. $700 million. Dividend king, most of us don't have investment resources to lead that big of a dividend payment, but we still can grow our money by investing in companies that believe in boosting dividends annually. Coca-Cola is part of the Dividend King list. Companies on the list have lifted their dividends for at least past 50 years. This shows their commitment to the sort of policy, so there's the reason to believe it will continue. And here's more evidence Coca-Cola may continue raising its dividend. The company's cash dividend payout ratios show it's paid out 79% of the free cash flow in dividends over the past year, and free cash flow has climbed 88% over the past 5 years to more than $9 billion. So Coca-Cola clearly has the resource to continue dividend growth. So those of you out there always like to see things of that sort where they can grow the dividend. I'd like to see Apple grow their dividend a little bit more. But like I said, I have a little bit of Coke. I just let it sit on drip and just do it that way. Whether that's right or wrong, I could probably put it into a different investment and make some more money, but I just kind of let it sit there and do its thing. Someday I'll shut drip off and put that money towards other things, but at this point I have not. So at $1.84 per share, Coke's dividend isn't the highest among dividend stocks, but its yield of 3.07 tops the average 1.98% of the beverage industry, according to NYU Stern Business School data, and you can count on Coca-Cola for dividend growth. Same time, the brand strength and strategy have driven earnings gains even during rough economic times. That's why Coca-Cola still looks like a great dividend stock to buy. So that's it for Coke. Like I said, if you have Coke, go ahead and list that in the comments, and how many shares you have, your cost basis, that'd be interesting. Or if you want to list your dividend payments per year, that'd be interesting to know as well. I think my cost basis is, I don't know, somewhere in the 50s, mid 50s. I bought some and just haven't bought anymore and just let it sit on drip, like I said, and do its thing. So, but that's it for Coke. Nothing sexy and on this video, so just some juicy dividends, and hopefully they'll increase them. So again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is Jay Money following Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.